I think something big is coming. Something that will change our lives and change the direction of this country. I think something big is coming. I think the government knows what it is, and they're not telling us. I think that's the real reason why President Trump has put National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. That's the real reason why Donald Trump wants to put National Guard troops in Chicago. The real reason why he wants to put National Guard troops in Memphis and other cities. He's talking about expanding his list of cities in which he's going to put National Guard troops. And I think something big is coming, and they're not sharing it with us. And I don't know if it's the economy, because right now the economy is terrible. A lot of people are struggling. The middle class is shrinking. You have a lot of people living in storage units because they can't afford rent. The cost of living is completely out of hand. The job numbers have been terrible. They have not been creating a lot of jobs at all this year. And you have the U.S. dollar shrinking in value, losing 10% of its value this year. The U.S. dollar losing 10% of its value this year. So something is coming. I don't know if there's a situation where Trump knows that the U.S. dollar is going to lose more of its value and people are going to be hit with sticker shock. And it's going to be a situation where people really can't afford to live in America, and there may be a backlash. So he's going to put soldiers in U.S. cities to prepare for that in advance. I don't know if that's the situation. I don't know if it's more of a potential big natural disaster situation that's coming, some type of situation that they know about and we don't know about. I keep reading weird stuff about 3-Eye Atlas, and every day is a different story. Oh, it might hit Mars and all this other stuff. I don't know what's going on with that story. But I do think it's interesting how Trump is putting those National Guard troops in those cities. It's not about crime. I'm not convinced that it's about crime at all. Because what is he trying to do? And there's some concerns about the First Amendment as far as this president. At least I have some concerns. You have Attorney General Pam Bondi coming out saying that she's going to support restrictions on hate speech or creating hate speech laws or whatever. Her comments about hate speech. Okay, so what exactly is hate speech? When somebody says something that you don't like and you think that it's so offensive they need to be stopped. First of all, I support the Second Amendment. I support the First Amendment. I support the Bill of Rights. People should have a right to speak their mind. They should have the ability to practice religion or decide not to practice religion. They should have the ability to assemble. People should be able to say what they want to say. Now, if it offends you, oh well. If people have true freedom of speech, they're going to be able to say some things that's going to offend you. Just trying to write it off as being hateful. Well, people have a right to be jerks. But that doesn't mean that the government should come in and try to control our behavior to the point where we don't feel comfortable speaking our own mind. That's just ridiculous. I don't support that at all. So that's the situation we're looking at. This whole administration is really frustrating. You have Pam Bondi, who clearly doesn't know what the heck she's doing. You have Trump, who at one point said that he's going to put $100,000 fee, a yearly fee on H-1B visas, and then he changes his mind at the last minute. It's pretty obvious the guy isn't really running the show. When the way he interacts with some international leaders, he'll act like a bully. Like he was saying that Afghanistan better give him back that airport. He's going to set up an airport in Afghanistan, or not airport, air base or whatever, military base in Afghanistan or whatever. And if it doesn't happen, bad things are going to happen. Okay, he talks his way to some leaders, but then when it comes to Israel, he's got to cheer out for Netanyahu. It's embarrassing. Watch how much this guy just does whatever the hell Israel wants him to do. It's embarrassing for this country. I don't have much faith in the direction of this administration. And a person on the right like myself, we should all be willing to hold each other accountable. It shouldn't be a situation where if you're on the right, you only criticize the president, if the president's on the left or whatever, you just ignore some of the shady or incompetent things that the people on the right, a right so-called conservative president would do. No, I don't think it should go that way. But anyway, I'm definitely concerned about this situation because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but this is not about reducing crime, okay? I don't know if he's going to make a big power play. I don't know if he's preparing for a big event that's coming. I think he's preparing for a big event that's coming. It's going to affect all of our lives. So with that in mind, we all better be ready. We all better be prepared for that. So I hope you guys are listening. Hope you guys are ready. Regardless of your politics, regardless of whether you believe me or you agree with me on this or that, that's not what's important. What's important is that you're preparing for whatever the heck is about to happen, because it seems pretty obvious to me that something's going to happen and they're preparing for it. So we should prepare for it as well. I mean, you can start by carrying every single day. Just be ready. Just be ready. Make sure you have plenty of food and water. I'm telling you, plenty of food and water. I don't care if it's freeze-dried foods or canned goods. Mix it up. Be ready. Water filters, I mean the works. Yep, freeze-dried, dehydrated food, oatmeal, I don't care. Rice, whatever. Have that water ready to go. Have your bug out bag ready to go. Be ready to bug in or bug out, whatever. Just be prepared to deal with small fires, fire extinguisher. I mean, the works. Because something's coming. And they're not going to tell us. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget the future belongs to those who prepare for it today.